All right, I want to kick off the next segment of the show by sharing a little bit of unspoken truth from my personal perspective and giving you my thoughts on something. I'm going to say some things that might be a little bit controversial for you. So if it triggers you and it upsets you, I don't give a fuck because I've got the microphone and it's my channel. And if you don't like it, get the fuck out of here. Just simple as that. Tune out if you don't like it. So there's an incident that happened in the gym yesterday for me. And what I want to do is I want to highlight the madness of this society and the craziness of it. So in the last week or so that I've been going to the gym, and I go every other day, the gym that I go to is just like, it's dirty. You go into the bathrooms and the cupboards are broken. I don't have a card to go in there and put my stuff in there safely. Even if I did, someone will pull the thing off and can steal my stuff. I just feel uncomfortable in there and it's dirty. And one of the mirrors was covered in sweat. And so on the way out of the gym, I said to the lady at the front desk, hey, is there somebody here that I can make a complaint to? And I said, I've been here for a year and, you know, the mirrors are filthy and they haven't been cleaned. You know how I haven't been cleaned? Because I put a handprint on a mirror more than a month ago. I did that deliberately to see if that thing was being cleaned. And I'm not being a jerk. I promise you, I'm not being a jerk. I'm just trying to say, like, am I crazy? Is this place filthy or is it just me? I don't know. And I put my hand in the mirror and thought, we'll see if that gets cleaned. It doesn't get cleaned. And then there's sweat all over the mirror. It's just disgusting. It's gross, man. It's awful. And sure, it's been there for a day, whatever. The cleaner hasn't come. The cleaner comes, cleans it off. No, it's been there for a week. So I go to the front counter and I ask the lady, who is it that I can complain to? And she goes, me. I said, all right, no worries. So I've been here for a year. That machine's broken. That machine's broken. The running machine's broken. None of these things are working. This place is filthy. Have you been in the toilets? It's disgusting. And she looks like this, Ed. She looks at me and goes, You're being so rude to me and so horrible to me. And she's like bursting into tears. She's like crying. And I said to her, look, I'm not having a go at you. I'm just letting you know what I'm seeing here. And I was genuinely not upset. I was just making an observation, said, you know what, if I could, I would cancel my membership and leave. But I can't because I'm in a contract. All I can do is go to another gym and just pay this contract out and just shrug my shoulders. It's $20 a week. What do I care? Whatever. Just go and get a new membership, go somewhere else. And I could do that. That's not really an issue. But I don't want to do that. I've been going there. I'm in a routine. I know people there. I've made friends there. I've got all those things going on. And she's like crying and she storms off. And there's no one else at the counter. And there's other customers coming in behind me. You know, people want the protein shake. Someone's got a problem with their membership. And she runs away crying in tears. And I thought to myself, am I like an asshole? Or am I just like too forward? Was that me? Was that like I had to really look inside of myself? And I thought to myself, no, I never raised my voice. No, I never said anything bad. I didn't swear at her. I didn't abuse her. I just told her in clear terms what was wrong. And she took it the wrong way. Maybe it's my delivery. Maybe it's what I look like. Maybe it's me. That's probably 50% me and 50% her. Anyway, the manager comes out, some young dude, about half my size. He goes, hey mate, how you going? Come over here. And he pulls me away from the counter from the other people. I said, hey dude, what's your name? He says his name. I shake his hand. I said, listen man, I don't know what her problem is. Anyway, I just want to share with you exactly what's been happening here. And I said all the same things to him and he goes, man, that's just really shit, hey. And he kind of empathized with my problems. He went through his customer service and he did all the right things and ticked all the right boxes. And what it did was it reminded me of this. And here's the controversial statement. In my business over the years, I've had the good fortune to be able to employ lots of people. And one of the most noble things that you can do as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, is to give other people a job. But I've always been very, very hesitant. And this is just my perspective, ladies and gentlemen. This is just my perspective. I've always been very, very hesitant to hire a woman. Not because they're unable to actually do the right thing or to do the job. There's plenty of women out there that were way more qualified than the men that I hired to do the jobs. But I would never find myself in a position where I'd be on a sexual harassment charge or on a charge where somebody is claiming that I did something wrong. So that girl yesterday, that customer service girl yesterday, for whatever reason, didn't like me and burst into tears the minute that I started raising something that was a bit prickly for her. So she didn't have the resilience, she didn't have the skills to handle my complaint. Fine, that could be fixed with training. But it highlighted to me and it reiterated to me that there's no way that if I was considering a customer service position or a role that required me to deal with people in potentially an antagonistic way, that I would hire a girl to do that. But that's not saying that girls can't do that. The vast majority of women would be far better at doing that than men. women are the right people to do that job because they've just got a better temperament to do that. That's why here in Sydney, I don't know what it's like there in the United States, all of the traffic controllers here in Sydney are good-looking girls. And they're usually like ring-ins from Brazil or travelers that are coming here, because the people that own those companies know that you're less likely to beep your horn at a chick holding the lollipop there telling you to stop. They're more likely to beep the horn at me going, get out of the way, you dickhead, hurry up, I'm in a rush. So it kind of reiterated to me that sometimes having women and females in the workplace for a guy, from a male perspective, especially from the boss's perspective, is a really, really bad thing. And it's something that can cause you a lot of grief. And it showed me as well that this young person that I was dealing with had zero resilience. So there's one of two things that are happening there. Either she had no training to deal with an antagonistic customer like me making a complaint, but I wasn't antagonizing her, I was just making a complaint. Or she's just like one of those weak snowflakes that you hear about. And I'm like, young people are not weak snowflakes. What are you fucking talking about? They're normal people. Why are you labeling that? But I saw her lip like quivering 1 second after I was making a complaint because she realized I wasn't a friendly customer. So it just got me thinking that in this society that we live in, the people on the left are responsible for this culture. The people on the left are responsible for me as a potential employer of people here in Australia for feeling like that. And it's got nothing to do with discrimination. Nothing. It's got everything to do with me being in a position where I don't want to be exposed. Because if I'm faced with two people, a male or a female, and I look at the role that the roles and responsibility of the job, if there was a potential for me to get myself in trouble because somebody made a complaint against me as the employer, I would pick the guy all day long, because I know guys don't complain about those things. Well, they could. That's a bit of a generalization, but that's never, ever been my experience. So what I want to do is to highlight to you what actually happens. And I want to take this to its extreme and its nth. And I think sometimes maybe, hey, Rob, you can't behave like that, man. You just need to hire the right person for the job. You just need to do that. What are you worried about somebody making an accusation about you for? Are you behaving like a dickhead? Are you doing that? Are you doing something that you shouldn't be doing and you're worried about? Are you doing that? And I have to check myself, and I'm like, don't be like that. You know, if that's the right person for the job, man, woman, person from Mars, person from Venus, I don't care where they're from. I don't care what religion they are, what they look like. All I care is that they can do the job. But then if I'm faced with a choice, boy or girl, I'll pick the boy every time, because there's less chance of something happening to me. So I want to show you a quick video here, and it explains what happens when somebody takes this all the way to the nth and somebody's reputation is destroyed. This happened yesterday. Let's take a look.
Yes, Lou, in a moment. Extraordinary scenes in Parliament today.
Oh, what's happening there with the sound? Hang on. Let me just fix that there.
You've seen this reported in the last couple of hours, accusing Victorian Liberal Senator David...
Oh, the sound's not really working there. Oh my God, that's really annoying. So I'll just pull it forward here. So this person here, Lydia Thorpe, she was in the Greens Party, and she's made a claim under parliamentary privilege. So this woman is known for being quite controversial. Sorry about the sound, folks. I'm not sure why that's not working. It was working perfectly a couple of minutes ago before I set up the stream. It's not working. But she's come out and made an accusation that there's a minister in the Liberal Party, this fella here, his name's David Van, and she said that he sexually assaulted her and harassed her. And she got up in Parliament, in the Parliament of Australia, and destroyed this man's credibility and reputation. So here in Australia, I don't know what it's like where you are and anywhere you are in the world, but you're innocent until you're proven guilty. But Lydia Thorpe doesn't like this guy for one reason or another, doesn't like what he says, doesn't like who he is, seems like a perfectly reasonable person to me. But he's come out and said, in the chamber today, Senator Thorpe made an unfounded and completely untrue allegations against me that I immediately and unequivocally denied and continue to deny. These outrageous and reprehensible comments made by Senator Thorpe using parliamentary privilege are the most malicious and despicable way. So that's what she said. My lawyers have written to her, making my position clear. So you can't, it's a shame that I can't show you the video for some reason. So when you see his response here, I'll just play the video so you can see his response. So, and I'll just talk over the top of it as he's doing it. But watch his body language. The guy is feeding him. He's in tears. He's like, he's been attacked publicly in the parliament, and his reputation has now been completely and totally and unequivocally destroyed forever. So one person makes one accusation under parliamentary privilege like that, and it completely and totally destroys this honourable person's reputation. If he's guilty of that, throw the book at him. I don't give a shit. If he's guilty of it, suck shit. He gets what he deserves. And, you know, all power to Lydia if he's guilty. But there's ways and means to go about these things in our society. And for some reason, if she's out there making an unfounded accusation and destroying this guy's reputation before he has a chance to defend himself, and she's doing it on the public record, and it's one of the biggest news stories here in Australia, because if it bleeds, it leads. And poor old David Vance is bleeding. You know, he's got like a knife in his neck from Lydia Thorpe, and he's bleeding out. So the media picks it up and runs with it. Here we are picking it up and running with it at 5:30 in the morning, for heaven's sake. So I don't know, Ed. What do you think about all of this stuff? Because, you know, that woman in the gym yesterday, you know, crying when I was actually just talking to her and making a complaint and showing her the problems that were wrong. And I'm a customer. I'm allowed to say something's wrong. And then I see this like a couple of hours later.